bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
I can tell you that I switched this, and I know I did. But let's fix it. How about that? One of America's newest racetracks. Iowa Speedway is located in Newton, Iowa, and it's been in operation since 2006. This 7/8 of a mile oval was designed and built under the auspices of NASCAR champion Rusty Wallace. And it's at the cost of $70 million, this D-shaped oval. It's patented and patterned after the Richmond Raceway, the scene of home of Rusty Wallace's greatest success during his career. Back in 2013, Iowa Speedway had a seating capacity of more than 30,000 people, and together with a unique multi-tiered recreational vehicle viewing area, its 869 feet long backstretch, it's host to the NASCAR Nationwide Series, the Camping World Truck Series, and here tonight, for race number 3 of the season, it's going to be host to the QSR Chase for the Cup in the 4th Gen car. Presented by Performance Diesel Injection, it's the PDI 130 here on V-Speed. Welcome in, everybody, as we get set the grid race analysis up on your screen. 150 laps. 4 tire sets available, and 2 green-white checkers, as always, running the iRacing Fix setup with 100% fuel. And a stage lap at lap 50. We get set to bring you flag-to-flag coverage all season long here on V-Speed. A quick look at Iowa Speedway, opened September 15th back in 2006. 14 degrees of banking on this 4-corner D oval. It's going to be very tight there in 3 and 4. It's going to be difficult to pass around this place, but you look at the schedule, it's going to be difficult for the next few weeks. Chicagoland, multi-group, but then Sonoma, very, very difficult. Dover, chewing up the tires, and then the Legacy Michigan racetrack, which should be very, very bumpy here in the Generation 4 NASCAR as we get set for the rest of this season, and our 4 race chase begins November 19th. Quick look at the points here before we take the grid as well. Alan Dobbs has a very sizable lead of 43 points. You can look back there at 168 to Christian Ruckriegel. That might be the biggest lead that we've seen here in the points in QSR on Thursday nights. Only by race number 3, so Alan Dobbs has done a phenomenal job as we get set to go gridding. Let's take you trackside now. Get that information up on your screen. Starting on the pole here tonight, with a 23.347. Well, there you go. It's your points leader, Alan Dobbs, in a 22. He'll start on the inside of Ryan Philbrick with a 29.389. Chuck Sweeting is going to start in third position with Daniel Molnex in the 38 and fourth. And then row number 3 belongs to Quentin Stewart and Ethan Wisnowski in the number 5. Derek McMurtry and Trenton Wilkin will go 7th and 8th position, and rounding out your top 10, Ronnie Joyner and Brent Allen in the 13. 11th spot, Gerald Sazabaugh with Bryson Witherspoon. Then it's Marty Phillips and Wyatt Walker, 13th and 14th spot. 15th goes to Vincent Cacciatore, Mike Petrin in 16th. Tyler Autry and Brandon Yates, 17th and 18th. And that should round out our field here tonight as we get set to go green flag racing. Two laps around this racetrack here. You can see the 5 back there warming up his tires in the third row. Ryan Philbrick and Trenton Wilkin looking to turn around their seasons. Philbrick up on the first row. Trenton Wilkin back in 8th. Quite a few drivers here that have had a rocky start in the first 2 weeks. Somebody dethroned Alan Dobbs with his great qualifying effort here. We're about to find out. So here we are for week number 3. The Performance Diesel Injection 130. Pace car out of the way. And let's go racing here from Iowa. Alan Dobbs is able to lead the first lap there. Not by much, though. He's got the 06 of Philbrick all over him, trying to get that position away from him. The ProSetups.com on the inside, not able to complete the pass. How about Daniel Molnex up a spot, up to the top 3. 15 cars starting out this grid here tonight. Philbrick gets really tight there out of 3 and 4. Right on board here with Chuck Sweeting, watching this battle just in front of him. Back in 4th for the 3rd spot, 2nd position as well. Daniel Molnex not able to get around 2nd position to the outside here out of 1 and 2. And how about Quentin Stewart up to the top 5? He's going to go to the inside as well. Running the bottom here in 3 and 4. Sweeting all the way up on the high line, trying to play defense for the 3rd spot. He will take it away. Back to where they started for the entirety of this top 5. Very aggressive here for the top 8. Derek McMurtry loses a spot to Ronnie Joyner. Brent Wilkin just in front of that in 6th position. Passing behind there with Wisnowski. Wisnowski losing a ton of time here. Did a good job in qualifying, but now he's down 4 spots. Not sure what's going on with the 5 here. Brent Wilkin has company on the inside in 1 and 2 in a battle for the lead. So much action to keep up with on this racetrack. Very early, lap number 8 about to be underway. top three. He can throw a blanket over him, and Sweeting happens to the bumper in the entry of one. Multiple different lines being ran right now in this Generation 4 car, and Alan Dobbs has maintained the lead for all 8 laps that we've completed here. Battle for the lead again through 3 and 4. The 06 all the way on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to lead his first lap. He won't get it. He's going to take it back to the inside in 1 and 2. Philbrick, drag racing with Dobbs. Alan Dobbs is going to hold on again. Short track racing in the top 3. Quentin Stewart in the background, getting passed by Daniel Molnix. Ronnie Joyner on the inside. That settles out. This battle for the lead continues. Side by side through 1 and 2. Side by side in 3 and 4 just prior to that. Falls back in line for Philbrick. And Quentin Stewart able to best both Molnix and Joyner through 1 and 2. He'll work his way up a spot now and run the high middle line through 3 and 4. That 24 car is on rails. Losing a little bit of ground here to the top 3 though. Joyner will go to the inside. Just at the tail end of this battle is Wyatt Walker in the CarQuest 85 from 9th up to 1st, only separated by 1.8 seconds. Oh, sideways there through the exit of 2. And Quentin Stewart will hold on to the position. He'll shut the door on the 00. Out of the lead has settled down tremendously, side by side with Molnix and Joyner. Excellent race here so far. Sweeting to the inside, just in front of him. So we have plenty of cameras here who'll go on board with Daniel Molnix riding the 38. Let's go back here to Daniel Molnix again. In the 5th position, battle for the lead there up in front. Four-tenths of a second, but this top 5 all on top of each other here. How about Quentin Stewart up to the top 3 to the inside of Sweeting. This is an excellent race here. I know that they were kind of bashing their heads against the wall about the quality of the racing, and I can tell you right now, this makes up for it 100%. For the battles that are going on here with 3 wide out of 3 and 4. Molnex to the inside, gets a good run. Excellent driving. Look further back here, some drivers that started up in the top 5, like Ethan Wisnowski. Actually, in the top 10, he was just outside that top 5, started in 6th, but he's back to 11th. He's lost 5 positions. Number 5, Terry Labonte's scheme on that car. You got to get that Hendrick speed on that 5. You got to turn up the heat a little bit here as he brushes the wall in the backstretch. Driving that car for everything it's worth. Just ahead of him and the Steve Park throwback. Tyler Autry. Number 2 on board with him. You can see it's a pretty sizable gap up there. Wisnowski's going to take it to the outside. On the high line in 3 and 4, he'll get that spot back up to the top 10. Meanwhile, racing continues for the 2nd spot. Sweeting to the inside of Ryan Philbrick. Little mistake there on the entry of 1. That's going to allow the 24 Quentin Stewart briefly up to the 3rd spot again. Drag race down the backstretch, side by side into 3. Very high line there for Joyner. 2nd through 7th position, with Trenton Wilkin there in the background. Attempt separating. Holding on to it here for Sweeting. Now it has Molnex to the outside for this 5th spot. Sweeting on the backdrop. He got pinched down low and he's stuck on the bottom. Stewart up to 3rd, but here comes Joyner. Meanwhile, Alan Dobbs has pulled away 0.8 of a second on this battle. Loose out of the corner, out of 2. Stewart almost loses control of it. He's going to go back on offense on the high line. Try to hold on to it here. Going to run down the backstretch. It speaks for itself. Watch him drive into 1, almost 3 wide here with Molnex in the middle. Good defense there from Quentin Stewart. The racing is intense at 32 laps, now 33 when they cross the stripe. You look back there at the tail end, Brandon Yates in the 15. 12 seconds behind this group as they continue to pull away. Alan Dobbs, your leader, dominating in the first third of this race. Racing settles out, but Brenton Wilkin going to take offense to the outside. Ronnie Joyner got loose out of 3 and 4. Now going to dive to the inside for the 12. Challenge for third just in front of him there with Molnix and Stewart. Stewart plays defense again. Holds on to it. Continuing to hold on for the 24 to the top 3. Intense moment there for Stewart. He got really tight up against that outside wall. He will lose the spot this time. And that'll allow Sweeting to the inside. Best angles here. Live on B-Speed, I am enjoying every single second of this race. This top 8 is intense. It hasn't stopped since the drop of the green flag. We're back here a little bit quieter, but some side-by-side maybe here soon. You see Brent Allen right on board with him. Sponsor of tonight's race in the PDI number 13. Oh, very sideways out of turn 2. Almost lost control of it. The alley exits 3 and 4. He'll continue to hold on. Third spot up for grabs again as Chuck Sweeting tries to get around Daniel Molnix. And a little sideways to M&M on the back of that 38 number 38 Ford. Percent fuel. We're approaching that window of halfway. 30 laps to go on that. That's probably the window for pit stops. Right back on board here with Quentin Stewart. He dove back to the inside. You see the 38 of Monex get around for third position. Sweeting's going to take it back to the inside in 1 and 2. Philbrick holds on to the second spot. Dobbs continues to be the leader. 45 laps completed, clean and green all the way through this race. They might have this thing wrapped up before 9 p.m. at this rate. For anybody out there in the chat right now, favoring Alan Dobbs, your points leader, just know that he's led every lap of this race so far. Started on the pole. The top two have not changed hands. Up 1 spot for Daniel Monex, down 1 for Chuck Sweeting. Trenton Wilkin, Ronnie Joyner up 3. Quentin Stewart down 2. All the way back to the top 10. Ethan Wisnowski has lost 4. And the 15 cars that have started this race have continued for every single lap. Wyatt Walker, a brief touch with the wall back there. We're back in 14th, biggest mover of the race so far, 5 positions gained. How about that for the 85? As he gets into a challenge for 6th through 7th position. Quentin Stewart playing defense earlier on the outside, now going to try it in the bottom. Very tight there out of 2. Almost 3 wide. It will be 3 wide. The 85 going to look. We're officially a third of the way through this race now. Walker gets by. Philbrick has a challenge from Monex, and a yellow flag is out. Brent Allen falls back to 15th here on lap 51. Right in front of the leader here. Not sure. This is the stage caution. Okay. Yep. Got to get back with it here. Got to get back with it. Stage winner. There you go. Alan Dobbs. He led every single lap. So this brings him down pit road. Forgot about the stage caution. Got so focused in. One caution, 0 lead changes. Here's the battle off pit road. Monex picks up a spot, gets out ahead of Ryan Philbrick. Stays about the same for everybody else. Stage 1 in the books here for race number 3. There's a quick look at the points. Dobbs going to extend that lead as we continue on. You're watching the QSR chase for the cup, the PDI 130 here on V-Speed. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with more coverage right after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Back here live from Iowa Speedway, Daniel Molnix has worked his way up to second spot. He'll start on the inside of Alan Dobbs, your stage winner. Lap 57. The second portion of this race about to be underway. Your points leader on the high line, Molnix with a win, back in 13th in points. Tight there, squeeze, and green flag is out for the second stage at Iowa. And already Jeff Sweeting gets to the high line. We're going to see what we saw in the first 50 laps of this race. The top 8 all on top of each other. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice for this one. Sweeting looked like he wants a challenge for the lead. Meanwhile, behind them, Hilbrick falls back to 4th. Molnix, Sweeting, and now Quentin Stewart looking to take away that spot. Very tight there off of turn 2. Stewart not able to complete the pass. Continues to work on the inside, but has to settle for 5th. And here's the battle for the lead. You had the 75 there briefly in the 1 and 2. He's going to look at the inside of 3 again. Here's Chuck Sweeting off of turn 4. Across the stripe. First lead change of the night by 2/100ths of a second. Battle for the lead continues. The 22 of Dobbs has led every single lap up until this point. Now has Molnex and Sweeting into the entry at 3. Oh, contact! They're both sideways. Oh, more contact with the 22. The battle for the lead gets haywire. And how about that? They both save it. Dobbs gonna lead this time around. Well, they're gonna stay side by side in the 1 and 2. Throw a blanket over these drivers. Daniel Molnex got into the back of Chuck Sweeting there. And the entry of 1 now going to go challenge for the lead behind them. Almost 3 wide. There is Sweeting on the bottom with Philbrick, who is rebounded. What a great race here from Iowa. This should go down as a great historical race here on V-Speed. I did enjoy the 4 wide at Talladega last season. And, you know, you had Wisnowski getting a win in the Thursday night racing. But this one, I think, takes the cake. Oh, contact again here in the 1 and 2. Molnex just forces his way across the nose of Alan Dobbs. Hard fought, and Dobbs gets loose on the bottom in 3. Molnex to the point. Another lead change. Somebody's going to have to check my pulse after this one. Iowa has been very good to us side by side for 5th position. Trenton Wilkin, you see back there with Chuck Sweeting after he got loose, had that contact. I'm sure we'll see the 75 up there again challenging for the lead. Quentin Stewart to the inside of Philbrick there briefly out of 2. And 3 wide behind him. Comes Trenton Wilkin for the top 5. He'll go to the inside in 3 and 4. Not going to have the run out of the corner. And it looks like Stewart going to hold on for another lap. Just inside the top 10. Holding on to the tail end of it. You can see the battles. We're right on board with Autry. Autry watching these guys run away side by side, though. Very loose there out of the corner. Wisnowski and Brent Allen going to go side by side just behind him. Oh, here's the yellow. Ronnie Joyner? No. What happened here? Alan Dobbs lost control. And enough to trigger a caution here on lap 73. Your leader. happened? Did he have some help? He did. The 38 got into him, sent him around, and wow, Quentin Stewart. On board with the 24 through this. Oh, wow. I gotta go on board with him one more time here. That's as close as it gets. Now we gotta go on board with the 22. How did he keep that thing off the wall? Tyler Autry is going to stay out here 21 laps on this stint, get a lap led. Let's pull him into the booth. Tyler Autry, it's Bradley Cooper in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy? I think I'm having some issues here. Let's try it one more time. Tyler, you got a copy? Well, I can see Tyler up there adjusting the camera. Tyler, you got a copy, buddy? We lost camera with you. And we lost it all. I guess we'll have to put Autry back. Didn't mean to break it. Back here and talk to the 38. Gonna get the EOL penalty there. Venom Motorsports driver Daniel Molex, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Daniel, little contact there for the lead. I know you didn't intend to do that. You get an EOL penalty out of it. What, from your perspective there, though, the racing was tight.
Yeah, it was tight. I mean, he kind of was chopped my nose. You know, I know he dove it in on me a couple laps before that in turn one, but yeah, I mean, on my perspective of it, he chopped my nose in 1 and 2, and I just wasn't having it in 3 and 4. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll get back out there.
Well, you've got plenty of time to do it. We're halfway through this race, and you've got the strategy here with the 100% fuel to get really close to the end. Is anybody going to try to stretch this run?
They'd be crazy not to. You know, I'm sure somebody will. If not, you know, a handful of guys, I don't know.
Well, you got one more opportunity. I see some topping off of the field here. A little strategy. I like it.
Yeah, I got a little bit more damage to fix, so I'll go down and finish it up, top it off, and start in the back. Work my way back to the front.
All right, Daniel, we appreciate your time. Thank you for coming up here in the booth with us, and let's finish out this remaining half of this race. As intense as it was in the first half, I enjoyed every second of it.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Venom Motorsports driver Daniel Monex going to try to finish this thing out. One of the 2 winners this season. Get back to going green here just momentarily. So Tyler Autry, we tried to interview there, set double back up. Catching back up with the tail end of the field. Daniel Monex just at the end of this. Green flag is back out. We're back underway. The 2 car has some damage into turn 1. Command car, here's Philbrick to take over the point. close there as the 12 gets loose and sideways for the 12. Britton Wilkin loses control, gets loose across the nose of, I believe, Autry. No, we'll have to back that up. I don't think it was Autry. That was the 85 of Wyatt Walker that finished that car off. On board with the 85. Not intentional there by Wyatt Walker by any means. He lifted off the throttle several times to let Wilkin get back to it. And we can't blame Wyatt Walker for that caution. The 12 of Wilkin falls back. We have another single car incident here on lap 79. Meanwhile, Ryan Philbrick is going to take over the lead. You're watching the Performance Diesel Injection 130 from Iowa. More coverage will continue. The QSR chase for the cup right after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Here live from Iowa Speedway, Ryan Philbrick, Chuck Sweeting, Alan Dobbs, who just got problems there earlier in this race. Our stage winner back to third as we get set to go back green flag racing for the third time tonight. This car is going to pull off, and here we go. Is the intensity going to continue? Philbrick gets a good launch here. Command car on the outside, trying to run away. Alan Dobbs and Chuck Sweeting, side by side. All the way up to the high line is the 75. He's going to complete the pass for second position. Quentin Stewart holds on to fourth. And Alan Dobbs, look at this, challenging Wisnowski for the top 5. Trying to race his way back up there is Daniel Monex, but how about this for 5th and 6th position? Holding on there is Wisnowski, loose there for Sensenbaugh. Up to 7th, but very loose out of turn 4. And he's going to get split 3 wide in the entry at 3. Trenton Wilkin, who went around there for a loop. Wisnowski and Brent Allen side by side again for 4th. 5th rather. But Brent Allen up to P5 for the moment, but Wisnowski going to play defense on the outside on the high line. What a quality race here for QSR in the Thursday night series. A little bit of damage here on Quentin Stewart's machine. Just in front of these two. Trying to hold him at bay. With that little bit of damage, probably not interfering too much here at Iowa. Down these straightaways, it can play a little bit of a factor, especially in the short run with your entries to the corner, and these cars only 17 laps on the stint. Right on the edge of that short run. Oh man, the 5 gets really loose out of 3. He's going to allow the 13 up to 5th. And Snosky into the wall now. Meanwhile, Ryan Philbrick. He's going to take over the lead with 15 laps led. Right after that contact there with Monex and the 22, Alan Dobbs, he's sitting back in 3rd, just hovering outside there for this lead battle. But Alan Dobbs had contact with a 38, sent him around. You know in the chat there who you think should win this race. We have live chat every single broadcast. Time to look alive here, guys. Give us some hearts. Share this broadcast. Family and friends, get them in here. Battle for the lead heats up. 2/10 separating Chuck Sweeting and Ryan Philbrick. Back here side by side with Daniel Monex and Brent Allen into turns 1 and 2. The 85 also to the inside. Contact. Wyatt Walker got into the left rear quarter panel, and he'll go to the inside again, almost 3 wide. 4th through 8th position. 9th position, Ronnie Joyner. On board with the 00. Monex gets around Quentin Stewart, sets his sights on Alan Dobbs, trying to chase down as the battle for the lead side by side. Wheating cannot clear, and Alan Dobbs going to go to the bottom in 3 and 4. Looks like he might have the opportunity. He will not off of the exit. Top 3 within 2 tenths. To the outside, Philbrick trying to play defense. Wheating going to try to take the lead back over for the 2nd time today. Who won't do it. Not able to complete the pass. The 75 has tried several times to get around the 06. Just hasn't been able to get around. Five go Philbrick, Sweeting, Dobbs, Monex, and Walker. Here's another attempt. To the high line for Sweeting. Gonna get another good run here down the front stretch. Where to go? Pressure continues, though, for Philbrick to maintain this lead. And very loose there out of 4. Here comes the 75 again, and this time it looks like he probably will complete the pass. Got Sweeting with a slide. Serve from Philbrick. Chuck Sweeting will take over the lead and maintain it out of 4. 3rd lap led for the 75 car. '22 also of Alan Dobbs gets around on the high line. Philbrick falls back. Brent Allen back to 10. Side by side with Tyler Autry. Quentin Stewart back here in 8th spot. And Joyner just ahead of him. Chuck Sweeting maintains the point. Gonna get some more laps led. The car that's led the most laps just behind him with Alan Dobbs. Wheating has led 5 laps now. Dobbs 65. Snails in the chat. Dobbs for sure. All right. I can take that bet. I can take that bet. No wagers here on V-Speed. Just want to clarify before we take it out of context, but the V-Speed odds right now did favor with Alan Dobbs. Chuck Sweeting has proven us wrong right now as he continues to pull away. 0.3 of a second, half a second. But 0.3 that last lap. Clean Air has been kind to the 75. 42 laps remain. Everybody in a situation of fuels conservation. Riding on board with Chuck Sweeting. 7/10 now to Alan Dobbs. Nails, if you want to reconsider your bet here, we do have that opportunity until we take 10 to go. Chuck Sweeting notorious for getting up front and walking away. I've been on the backside of that car many, many times. I know what the 75 is capable of, and I can tell you that once he gets in that front and that Clean Air, it's very difficult to chase him down. You can see here with Dobbs, it's almost 0.8 of a second, almost a full second. But as the 75 overdriving his stuff, I also have to factor in a caution could come out that puts the 75 back into the grasp of the 22. Daniel Monex has raced his way back up to 4th after that EOL penalty. Wyatt Walker into the top 5. Sweeting, Dobbs, Philbrick, Monex, Walker. And then you go back with Wilkin, Joyner, Stewart, Autry to the inside. That very heavily damaged 24 car on the front end. You can see some crinkles on the sheet metal. Even the right side has some damage. Looking to pick up 8th position from the 24, and then Brent Allen rounds out the top 5, or top 10 rather. Derek McMurtry just behind that. Battle from 8th back to 11th. Sweeting has stretched the lead out to a full second there across the line. Continues to pull away. Well, we're past the halfway mark by a pretty large margin there on lap 75. We're 2/3 of the way through this race. Perfect opportunity here to find that remote control, that volume knob. Let's hear the sights and sounds here from Iowa Speedway. Green flag pit stops for the 2 car of Autry. Wisnowski also off the pace here. I thought he came down pit road. He did about 18 laps ago. So he knows he's in a situation that he can't make it. And the yellow flag is out. Looks like the 15 of Yates has heavy damage on the left side. Try to back this up and figure out what happened to the 15. He was getting lapped, trying to get out of the way of Molnex. And the yellow flag had already come out. Looked like Autry peels it down pit road. Not sure what this caution was for here. Murchie is side by side with the 24. There it is right there. The 24 goes around. It's even more damage there for Quentin Stewart. Alan Dobbs with that first pit stall, but the 13 of Brent Allen is going to take over the lead. Chuck Sweeting, Alan Dobbs, Daniel Molnex, and Ryan Philbrick, the top 5. So a 2-tire stop here for Brent Allen. It's going to put him up in the lead. Back down pit road. The 13, maybe a mistake here. Maybe intending to take tires on this pit stop. The Chuck Sweeting will have the point, and he will be the command car for the final 23 laps here at Iowa, and it's been a good one so far. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm gonna stick. He has the faith. Snails voting for Alan Dobbs. Chuck Sweeting will be your leader when we come back here. The QSR chase for the cup on V-Speed.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Back here live from Iowa, Chuck Sweeting is going to be the command car. Green flag back out, back underway. Stage winner Alan Dobbs was to the inside here as they go back racing. The quality at Iowa has been phenomenal. Remember earlier, a 38 got into the 22, challenging for the lead. Oh, for the point. Dobbs to the inside. Waiting, going to play defense on the high line, and he will lead this time by 22 of Dobbs falls back in line. Quick challenge there as Daniel Monex patiently waiting. A little loose there off of 3 and 4. Might take the 38 to the inside and 1. Contact again with the 22. (38-22) for second position. Chuck Sweeting continues to run away. A pinch here off the exit. Molnex trying to take away the second spot. Really tight out of turn 2. Every single inch of it's worth here. Door touch again. Dobbs just trying to maintain. Contact again into the entry of 1. Here's a heavy hit from the 22, but Monex is able to get away with it. We gotta take a look back at this. Here's the contact off of 4. And here's a send into 1. Look at this. Wilkin got into the back of the 22, who got into the back of the 38. But while that's going on, Chuck Sweeting has pulled away. Racing has intensified. 16 to go. And the yellow flag is out. I believe it was the 43 of Sensenbaugh that got around here. And this is going to reset him. No, it's the 5 of Wisnowski sideways in 3 and 4. Back that up one more time here. Oh, he had contact with the 20, sent him around. Grayson Witherspoon goes for a ride. On board with the 5. But you can be the judge there on the broadcast. Just sent it a little bit too deep. Unfortunately, for the 20, he's going to have the 5 right behind him. So if there's any kind of hard feelings there for that move, I know the 20 did chop the nose of the 5 a little bit there. But the 5 also a little late on the brakes, got into the back of him, picked up some damage from it as well. Got to restart here with about 10 to go. Chuck Sweeting, I think the upset's here, Snail. Say what you want about this race, but Philbrick gets around the 22. 22 is not in a good spot here. Alan Dobbs back in the 6th position now for this restart. Came in and got 4 tires. He's in a good spot tire-wise. But with 10 to go on this restart, I don't know if he has enough time to pick off 5 cars. We're going to find out here. Lights will go out on the pace car. This next restart should get really interesting with the strategy from 6 on back to come down pit road. Is there enough time for the 22 of Alan Dobbs, your pole sitter, to catch back up to Chuck Sweeting? Let's pull him in the booth. You gotta ask him. Alan Dobbs, Bradley Cooper in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
I got you, buddy.
Alan, I gotta ask. You come down pit road, you get 4 fresh tires. I think you used your last set here, correct?
That's right. Yep.
Last set, last ditch effort. You've had some challenges ever since the 2nd stage of this race pretty much started. First stage, everything quiet. You pulled out for a big lead, but this time around, you've got to pass 5 cars to get back there.
Yeah. I'll thank the 38 for that. He likes to pass dirty, so I guess we'll see how we pass him if we get a chance.
I know you guys have made some contact. It's been a lot here as we get set to go back green. Alan, while we have you up here in the booth, anybody you'd like to shout out?
Just shout out all the guys at PDI, all the admins here. Appreciate you guys for the broadcast. Let's go get it.
All right, Alan Dobbs, good luck, buddy. Set to go back, green flag racing. Chuck Sweeting, the command car, on the outside. 5 cautions, 8 lead changes. 10 to go when they cross the line. Pace car going to get out of the way. And Chuck Sweeting onto the loud pedal with 900 horsepower. There we go. Green flag for QSR. And race number 3 again here. Dobbs taking it to the point already. On the move. Contact into 3. Dobbs still trying to save it. He does, but he falls back to 6th. He has the fresh tires. Wilkin to the inside. And the 85 of Wyatt Walker loses 3rd here out of 3 and 4. What a move there by Ronnie Joyner for the first time into the top 3. More fresh tires for the 00 trying to chase down Chuck Sweeting. Alan Alan Dobbs on offense again to the inside. Brent Allen. That's for 6th. We're going to keep going green. But it is chaos here on this restart. Chuck Sweeting trying to maintain half a second. Philbrick to the outside. The 22 down to the bottom. Dobbs back into the top 5 after that contact. Oh, and really loose there for Molnix. 5 to go when they cross the stripe. Wyatt Walker under fire. Fourth position, now back to 3rd. Working for Dobbs and Molnix. We've already seen the fireworks once. Chuck Sweeting, 3/10. 4 to go. Wide into 3 and 4. Contact. The 22. Door shot. A little hip check there from Alan Dobbs to Daniel Molnix, who falls back to 7. Has Philbrick on the inside. Brent Allen all over the back bumper. Challenge for the lead, though. It's right there for Ronnie Joyner. 2 laps left. Chuck Sweeting just has to hold on 2 more times. And the yellow flag is out as Ronnie Joyner just about had the lead. Daniel Molnix is around. Wow. Molnix cannot be happy about this. It looks like the 85 across the nose, and he will bring out the yellow, but Molnix loses a ton of positions. Back this up one more time. There it is right there, the contact out of 4. I don't know if the 85 got loose there. Little mistake there from Molnix. Pinch on the exit there. Just a little miscalculation from the 38 that puts him in a bad spot, gets the 85 around, and looks like Molnix going to take that last set of tires to try to salvage the day. 85, Wyatt Walker at the tail end of your top 10. Chuck Sweeting was getting challenged from Ronnie Joyner, but this time around for green-white checkered territory, looks like Chuck Sweeting has the command and he could run away on this restart. He's going to have to get a good jump here on these old tires. 27 laps for the 75 car compared to Ronnie Joyner. Only 14, 15 laps. Tires are going to cool down. And Chuck Sweeting, hold on. Alan Dobbs up to 3rd on fresh tires as well. Ronnie Joyner, it's Bradley Cooper in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy? Ronnie Joyner, Bradley Cooper, you got a copy? There it is. I hear you now. Oh,
You there?
oh, yeah, I got you, Ronnie. We're getting set to restart here. You're on the inside, the green, white, checkered. What do you have in store for Chuck Sweeting with 10 lap pressure tires?
I'm not really sure, man. We got damaged from some stupid stuff earlier, so we don't even really belong to be up there, but we'll see how it plays out.
But you just got to hold on here for these last 3 laps. Ronnie, I know that you got him out there, and sorry we didn't get you up here earlier, but you're racing for a top 3. Shout him out. Then a Motorsports driver, Ronnie Joyner, he's going to restart on the inside of Chuck Sweeting here on this restart. First green, white, checkered at Iowa. Sweeting, Joyner, Dobbs, Wilkin, Allen, the top 5. Pace car out of the way. Let's go green flag racing. Green, white, checkered attempt number 1. Big jump there for Sweeting. And Chuck Sweeting just has to run away from this pack. He has a lot of fresh tires behind him. Big run out of the corner for Joyner. To the high line for the 0-0. Very loose there in the entry. Wilkin on the outside of the 22. White flag in the air. One more time around for Sweeting. Can he hold on to it? For the 12. He's around. Into 3 and 4 for the final time. Off of the corner. Ronnie Joyner has nothing for him. And it's Chuck Sweeting with his first victory in Season 3 of QSR. How about that for Chuck Sweeting? Excellent drive there for the 75 to hold on to it. Put him in a perfect scenario. Snails, you owed me $10. Alan Dobbs is going to get 3rd. Ronnie Joyner 2nd. Chuck Sweeting victorious here at Iowa in race number 3. You're watching the QSR Chase for the Cup live on V-Speed. What a race. More coverage is going to continue in those final results, post-race interviews with your top 3 right after this.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your
Back here live from Iowa Speedway. The QSR chase for the cup on Thursday nights has concluded with a little bit of overtime. It's 150 lap race for race number 3. Chuck Sweeting is going to be victorious. How about that for a finish? This race was quality all the way through. I've almost lost my voice as we bring those final results up on your screen. Joyner with the fresher tires and a little bit of damage. Double Zero is going to finish just behind Chuck Sweeting, who started in 3rd to get the victory here tonight. Alan Dobbs is going to finish in 3rd. Brent Allen and Ryan Philbrick round out the top 5. Quentin Seward is going to finish in 6th position with Gerald Sensenbaugh in 7th spot. Wyatt Walker in 8th. Daniel Molnix falls back to 9th position, starting in the top 5. Rounding out your top 10 after a spin there on the backstretch is going to be Trenton Wilkin. It was green-white checkered with 6 cautions and 10 lead changes. 11th goes to Brandon Yates. Bryson Witherspoon in 12th. Ethan Wisnowski in 13th position. Derek McMurtry 14th. 15th, Tyler Autry on an early exit to this race. Marty Phillips, Mike Petrin, and Vincent Cacciatore round out your 18-car field here tonight. So there it is, Chuck Sweeting getting his first victory. Perfect opportunity to bring up some of these drivers, though, into the waiting room. We have Alan Dobbs, your 3rd place finisher. Alan, I gotta say, here tonight, it was a dominant race in the first stage, but it got really crowded there towards the end. Lots of different strategies. You were on one of those different strategies. Just, we saw fireworks there with the 38 a lot of this race.
Yeah. I'm not sure what his deal was. That first time he spun me, it looked like he just kind of drove up into my left quarter panel. I don't know if he was just getting aggravated. It's hard to pass, or he's got some other issue, or doesn't like that I'm in the lead or something. But good race to him. From what I see, it looks like everything worked out pretty well for him. P9, so top 10 for him. But good race to everybody else. We had a lot of good battles. It was a ton of fun, especially the first stage, battling with P2 and then P3, who became P2, and yeah, I don't know, that last stage was interesting, to say the least.
Well, it was excellent from my point of view. I know the first stage of the race, and even with the cautions, the field getting bunched back up, you guys pretty much in the top 10 were right on top of each other the whole time. Now, in the first stage of the race, Alan, you had that clean air. Was that advantageous once you got out front to help you pull away from the field once you got in traffic? Did that interfere with how you drove the car?
Oh, for sure. Clean air is always key in almost any oval race. But I think it mostly just allowed me to save my tires a little bit more. Everybody behind me was trying to push a little harder, trying to figure out how to make something work to try and get by me, and I was able to just kind of defend the high line. So I think that's why I pulled away more than anything. It's just clean air and was able to save tires.
Well, Alan, while we have you up here in the booth, I know that you've got a lot of people supporting you. You're leading the points coming into tonight. You're going to maintain that lead as well with 43 points coming into Iowa. Anybody you'd like to shout out?
Yeah, it's just shout out to Nightfall Graphics, PDI Motorsports, all the admins here, V-Speed. Appreciate y'all for the broadcast. My lovely wife and her amazing good luck kisses. I didn't get one tonight. That's probably why I didn't win.
What it was.
We'll be back next week with one. We'll see what we can do. Well,
Alan, make sure to whatever you got to do. I don't know exactly how those good luck kisses work in quotations, but do what you got to do there in the pre-race, and we'll see you next week.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Alan Dobbs, third place finisher here at Iowa Speedway. And that brings us on to our second place finisher, Ronnie Joyner. We had him up in the booth there just a moment ago, but for Ronnie Joyner to bring this day up to, from starting back in ninth, ending up here in the top three at the tail end of this race, a green top 00 did a phenomenal job. And unfortunately, he has left the Discord early, and we will catch up with him probably some other time. But congratulations to our second place finisher. That brings us to victory lane with Chuck Sweeting in the number 75. Chuck, you had older tires. You had the oldest tires in the top three spots here. You just got that green-white checkered. It almost seemed like it was a gift because you were challenged there for the lead just before the caution came out. And then that restart, you were able to pull away. How does it feel for race number 3? The luck's turning around.
Oh, it's awesome. I think I finally broke that broadcaster jinx there. Yeah, I feel kind of bad for Alan. He had that wind in his hands. He was right beside me, and the caution came out. I just had a nose ahead of him. But it was a fun race. It was tough to pass. The inside, you just couldn't get enough momentum off the corner to make passes hardly. And I don't know, had to make a heck of a save going into turn one time at one point during the race, and was just able to work it out there at the end. That last caution just saved me and gifted me the win. So happy about that.
Well, you got out to a good launch there, but let's talk about the launch prior to that. You had about a 10-lap stint there where Ronnie Joyner, Alan Dobbs, Brian Philbrick, a lot of these cars behind you were reeling you in on those fresh tires. Do you go back and reconsider that pit stop that everybody else took, or are you just committed here to staying out for track position?
Yeah, it's a gamble. It could have gone either way. I thought about pitting, and then I thought about how many races I have pit, and then we'd have caution after caution at the end, and whoever stayed out would win. So it's a coin flip, and it just happened to work out for me tonight, just barely, but hey, I'll take it.
75 car, I've been a victim to it many times over at WFO. And so I just want to say that it's good to see you back in victory lane. Anybody you want to shout out for tonight's win?
Yeah, thanks. It's good to be back in victory lane. Yeah, thanks to Quentin and all the admins for all the hard work they do, and appreciate you and the broadcast, and just looking forward to keeping on trucking this season and hopefully get another win and maybe be there for the points at the end of the season. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, just appreciate all the other drivers too for all the respect they show.
It was a tight race. You guys battled out there in the top 5. I watched side by side for 140 of the 155 we ran here today. The top 10 was it was stout.
Yeah, it was. There's a lot of really good drivers in this league, and these cars, it's easy to get into them. It's easy to slip up a little bit. That horsepower will spin those rear tires and keep you on your toes. So stuff happens, but I don't think there was anything egregious tonight, at least not where I was concerned. So yeah, it's a good race.
Chuck Sweeting keeping it shiny side up. He gets the victory, and that's what happens when you let this guy get out in clean air. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, thanks a lot, Bradley. Have a good night.
And so there it is for race number 3. It is concluded. 155 laps, 1 green-white checkered. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you did, in the QSR Chase for the Cup, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I see everybody in the chat. We had Snails, we had Walker, we had a few others that were watching this broadcast as well. Gotta hit that subscribe button. Only 30% of you are subscribed. We're on track here. 5,000 subscribers would be the next goal, and that's what we're going to try to push for, and you guys make it possible. Thank you to everyone that watched this broadcast. Thank you for everyone that helped put it on. Quentin Stewart, the QSR Chase for the Cup, and the Tuesday night series and the Thunder Truck series, and also previous seasons there for the Xfinity series. I want to thank Adam Baker in the background. Well, you'll hear him on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. He does a lot here to make V-Speed look as good as it does. But for everybody else, Morgan Cook, Eddie Smith, Christian Hill, Logan Throkeld, our other producers, our other commentators with, I'm drawing a blank. Matt Gagnon, Alex Gagnon, Bradley Cooper telling you to have a great rest of your week. We'll see you on the weekend. Track Champion Series is up next. That'll be on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Until then, take care, everybody.